Begin by sewing the side seams faces together, starting and ending with a back tack. I'll do this to the left and right side seams. Again, I've got faces together, half-inch seam allowance, beginning and ending both of my seams with a back tack. Next, we'll move on to the lining. I'm stitching the side seams. I've already got my darts in place, but my lining is stitching faces together along the side seams now to put all my lining and self pieces together. Here you can see my lining with the right side out and my beautiful self with my pockets installed and our quarter top pockets. And now we're going to put our waistband along the top. So I've got my needle set to begin my stitching. As I'm stitching around this curved edge, I want to make sure all my darts are facing the way that I want them. I want to make sure that my center front is lined up. I want to make sure that my side seams, the seam allowances are busted open so that they lay flat. And then end with a back tack. And now I'll put my facing on faces together, pinning in the center and both edges. And again, I'm just stitching along this. I'm trying to attach the lining, which is curved, to the waistband, which is square. So I'm just constantly stopping my needle and readjusting that curve to make sure that my seam allowance is accurate, make sure that my darts are facing the right direction. And here you can see that beautiful install, and now it's time for our bottom hem. This is really easy. We just line up the edges and then line up our side seams, making sure that our seam allowances are busted open to reduce bulk, and then we continue stitching along at a 1/2 inch until we get to our other side seam, bust that seam allowance open, and finish our seam. And then we flip her out and see our beautiful little skirt coming together with our cute little pockets and our nice hem. Now, before we finish it off, I'm going to do a final pressing, making sure all my seam allowances are busted open flat, all my seam allowances are pressed up towards the waistband, or my bottom hem I'm going to end up pressing down towards the self. But here I'm just busting open all of those side seams, making sure they're nice and flat so that they lay really beautiful on the figure once our garment is finished. And here I am pushing the seam allowance flat towards the self side so that I get a nice crisp edge for when I turn my hem out here. And now you can see as I'm pressing that over, I've got this beautiful, where my self comes over about a 1/2 inch to hide my lining so I don't have my lining peeking out of my skirt. And now I'm matching up my waistband and giving that one last good press before zipper install.